Everybody this afternoon for joining us on this really important day for the Sullivan Catskills and of course Bethel, New York. We're excited that this unveiling is so appropriate, and I think before we even begin, we need to thank our Assemblywoman, Aileen Gunther. Without her sponsored legislation on behalf of this exciting event earmarking the unveiling of Woodstock Way would not have happened.
I wanted to put Aileen's Woodstock Way.
And we'll see what we can do. On our Facebook, we'll make sure that's what happens. So we're going to take a few moments, invite everyone up to do a few remarks. As the tourism head in this county, I can't tell you how exciting this is for us to be able to have this wonderful 17B now be called Woodstock Way. So before I even begin, let me introduce you to our Assemblywoman, Aileen Gunther, who again, may I reiterate, without her we wouldn't have had this incredible legislation. Thank you, Aileen.
Well, thank you, everybody, and it was my pleasure to carry this bill in the New York State Assembly, and I think it was voted unanimously to change the name of 17B to Woodstock Way. You know, we're all looking forward to this summer, to our increased tourism. We've done so much as it stands today. You know, you look at Livingston Manor, all that Scott's doing in Bethel and Danny, and you know, it brings me to the point that as a community, if we work together, we have a great place to live, work, and raise our families, and invite people into our community to enjoy all the things that we have. So this is a great event. We'll be driving down Woodstock Way. I plan to be there during the 3-day weekend. I have my tie-dye ready. I'm doing a resolution in the state of New York, and hopefully I'll be able to share a tie-dye t-shirt with all my colleagues in the New York State Assembly. We're bringing in another $750,000 to make this wonderful summer a great success, so that money should be here very, very shortly. Thank you for having me work for you. I love what I do, and let's just keep moving Sullivan County in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblywoman. Now it's my pleasure to introduce everyone to our Senator Jen Metzger.
Thank you, Roberta. I am so excited to be here today for the renaming of Route 17B, the Woodstock Way. I want to express my appreciation to my colleague, Assemblywoman Aileen Gunther, as well as my predecessor, Senator John Bonisic. The two of them made this happen. I just get to enjoy the fruits of it. You know, this Woodstock it really defined a generation culturally, musically, aesthetically. It really became a symbol for the entire nation of peace and of a changing culture for young people, and it was all right here. It's such a rich part of Sullivan's history, and it's amazing how the county has come together and put so much into this celebration. It's so important to us, and just, you know, I went to the museum exhibit, which was fabulous. If you haven't been to the museum exhibit, I suggest you get down there. But the beautiful Dove Trail, and now the renaming of the highway, we're celebrating it in so many important ways. I look forward to enjoying all of the festivities in the coming months, and I want to congratulate you all. I brought a proclamation to present to you all in honor of the renaming.
Okay.
Come on up. And let's see. Chairman Alvarez, do you want to come up as well? And, okay. And I just want to thank you both. This is for you all. I don't know how you want to go. Check out.
No.
All right, there you go. Congratulations, sir.
It's a little unstable grounds here we got going on, unlike our sacred grounds that we're all celebrating today. It's my pleasure to also introduce everybody to Lisa Hofflick from Senator Gillibrand's office. Please join us.
Lower this a little bit because I'm not as tall as everyone else, but thank you so much for having me here to represent the senator. My name is Lisa Hofflick, and I'm the senator's Hudson Valley Regional Director. And the senator is very sorry that she couldn't be here to join you for this, but she's really excited about this because this is one of the things that she really loves to celebrate. We're going through some times right now, so it's really nice to have things like this to celebrate. And thank you so much to Assemblywoman Aileen Gunther for spearheading this, for championing this, and also to former Senator John Bonisic and Senator Jen Metzger for their leadership in the Senate with this too. But with that, I have a few words from the senator. And by the way, she loves music, so when she heard about this, she was really excited. And I'll be here too for that 3-day weekend. Dear friends, I am pleased to have the opportunity to send congratulations on the dedication of New York State Route 17B as the Woodstock Way. As we celebrate the 50th year anniversary of the Woodstock Festival, the inauguration of the Woodstock Way recognizes the main path for most of the attendees of the original 1969 event. This dedication will provide a constant reminder of the arts and culture fostered in Sullivan County and around the country. The arts have always been a unifying force in the world, bringing people together across vast cultural, social, economic, and geographical divisions. I am grateful this inauguration promotes the preservation of our history, arts, and culture. Please accept my best wishes on a successful event and many happy and successful years to come. Sincerely, Kirsten Gillibrand, United States Senator.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure now to introduce everybody to the chairman of the Sullivan County Legislature, Luis Alvarez.
Good afternoon. First of all, I really would like to thank the people that put all of this together, the tent, the chairs, especially to the county DOT, state DOT, Sheriff Mike Schiff. Thank you so much for the support of the Sheriff Department being here and the state police being here. I can't remember how old I was. I think I was like 17 years old in 1969. Just finished high school. So not too many people can really talk about the history of Woodstock, actually living it, not just being here. But I remember in that period of time, it was black and white TV, watching a show about the landing in the moon. And when he first landed on the moon, he said, one small step for man, one great impact in our society. And then I remember listening to all about Woodstock. And, well, you live in Puerto Rico and you're hearing all this impact of what was happening here. And for the next couple of months, I remember that even the Spanish music was no longer there because somebody has taken all the music that happened in Woodstock and put it in our venue. So every time you got in the car, you were listening to the music that was happening here. Never in my mind did I ever thought that I was going to be sitting here, living in Puerto Rico, going back to Puerto Rico, and then I was going to be here unveiling a sign to work to talk about Route 17B, the Woodstock Way. This, you might think it's nothing. You might, oh yeah, it's only happened here in 1969. Still, people to this day remember what happened here in 1969 and the impact it had in our music, in our way of looking at things, and peace and love. You don't really see it. The young people don't see what we saw when we were growing up at that time. Recently, I made the comment of looking and listening to Televisión Española, which is actually the biggest TV station in Europe. And all they did, and I still have it, I even videotaped it because it's in Spanish at the same time that they're putting all the music, and at the same time they're trying to put the rhythms in Spanish. And it tells you the impact of what happened here in 1969 still is happening right now at the present time, and how a lot of people in Europe saying we're coming here, and they were interviewing the people as they go around there. So it's impressive. I am so happy to see the Woodstock Way coming in here, and in all the years that I've worked in the county, this will be the first time that I won't be a police officer in the middle of something. I won't be directing traffic. like they always had me in all the years that we're here. But there is no words to put to recognize what Woodstock did for Sullivan County in 1969 and what Woodstock is going to do for Sullivan County in 2019 after 50 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Louis. It's my pleasure to introduce Scott Samuelson, Legislative District 1, that happens to be the legislator that represents Bethel.
Thank you, Roberta. It is so great to be here. We're obviously all excited. If we can draw a crowd on the side of 17B like this today, what are we going to draw in August, right? The Woodstock Festival was an extraordinary, historic, and iconic event. It's something that can never be replicated, but by God, we need to remember it. We need to remember everything it did for us. We need to remember the spirit of the concert. And I think that this is between this sign and the decorated doves that are around the county, and thank you to the SCBA for that. I think we're doing the right thing. I think we need to remember this concert. And if you think about it, if every person who drives by this sign over the course of the time that it's standing there and just thinks back to the original spirit of Woodstock, I don't think we're doing such a bad thing, right? Peace, love, music. So I want to thank and thank you to our Assemblywoman for her comments from the chair. I wasn't born, so I don't know. That may not be true. Anyway, I want to thank the committee for all the hard work they did in coming up with these ideas, because I think they're the right ideas. I want to thank Bethel Woods for their plans to keep this concert going on throughout the entire summer. Again, keeping the consciousness of the original spirit and thinking about all that it did for us. Again, thank you to the committee for coming up with the ideas. Thank you, of course, to Aileen and John for what they did, getting it put here on 17B. And it's somewhere else down there too, right? Are we going down there after this?
No.
No, okay. Anyway, thank you all for coming out today. Thank you all for remembering Woodstock, and let's have a great summer. Thank you.
Thank you. Talking about the impact that it made on our community, it seems appropriate for us to welcome to the podium our county historian, John Conway.
Thank you, Roberta. I have to say it's an honor for me to be included this morning. I really appreciate it. I think it would be appropriate to mention the weather, since the weather played such a major role in Woodstock. We've been blessed today, but rain probably would have been more appropriate.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So what is that yellow thing in the sky? It won't take very long, but I'm glad that Louis mentioned that he was 17 in 1969. At least I know I'm not the oldest one here. But I think it's important that we think a minute at how utterly inconceivable it would have been not that many years ago to think about this many people gathering, including county officials, to honor and celebrate the notion of Woodstock. Because for so many years, while the rest of the world was celebrating that legacy, and in some cases profiting from it, here in Sullivan County, we did the best we could to hide from it. And this morning we unveiled a dove in Hurleyville, and we were in the shadow of the old Columbia Hotel. And some of you in this crowd may be old enough to remember 1979 and the 10th anniversary of Woodstock, and the idea to create the hamlet of Hurleyville Music Festival to celebrate that. And there were so many laws in the way of that because of what had happened in 1969 that didn't come off. And for years and years we had aborted celebrations because of the division in this county about whether or not we should celebrate Woodstock. And thank God that Alan, Gary, and Bethel Woods came along to change that attitude. And I think that's made a huge difference. And once we all got behind the idea, and I think, by the way, if it was anyone else but Alan, we probably would still be fighting about Woodstock, but Alan kind of united us all, and Bethel Woods has been a great asset. So that divisiveness has changed, and here we are. The late John Roberts, without whose money I think it could be argued the Woodstock Festival would have been impossible, said that many powerful trends converged to make the event possible. And I think he was right about that. And I think, furthermore, that the most powerful of all of those forces that combined to make Woodstock what it was Sullivan County. We were that special place. I've long maintained, and I think it's demonstrably true, that Woodstock, as we all know it, could not have happened anywhere else. It could not have taken place in Woodstock, New York. It could not have happened in Wallkill. It will never happen in Watkins Glen. This is the place. And it happened for the simple reason that there is magic in that alfalfa field in Bethel. Michael Lang recognized that magic right away when he stepped foot on the field. And many here have recognized that magic that Sullivan County possesses time and time again in our history. And finally, I think we're united in celebrating that magic that was the Woodstock Festival. Seeing these kinds of events, the Dove unveilings, the Woodstock Way unveiling, and what's to come, we can overcome anything, including the rain. We did it before, we'll do it again, and I hope it's going to be a great summer. And it shouldn't stop with this 50th anniversary. We should celebrate the magic of Sullivan County, not just this year, but every day of every year. This is a good start, though, so thank you all for coming.
Thank you, John. Those are great words to truly kind of emulate what's all gone on here. And it gives me great pleasure now to introduce everybody. Nice. To introduce everybody to our Town of Bethel Supervisor, Dan Sturm.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be here today, to have an opportunity to speak to you. As you know, there is only one county and one town in the world that can claim the honor of having hosted the original 1969 Woodstock Festival. And that is right here in Sullivan County and in the town of Bethel. I am grateful. That's okay. That's all right. I am grateful to be part of the 50th anniversary of this historic event, which is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for all of us. In our town of Bethel, we are planning to be ready for a year-long celebration where we welcome visitors and guests from around the world. We have been working with all of our partners, including a government, local, the town board, county and state, and our businesses, local businesses, to make sure that this is a year for everyone to remember. We are going to party like it is 1969. In an organized way. We're going to look our best. We're going to be welcoming. We're going to be cool, and we're going to try to carry on the Woodstock theme of peace, love, and a great vibe for all to enjoy what this great county has to offer. This is our chance to shine. I want to thank all those involved in the renaming of 17B as Woodstock Way. What a great way to kick off this year and appropriately remember and honor the Woodstock legacy. So thank you, and have a good afternoon.
Okay, Thank you, everybody. As you can see, this is an impactful day for all of us in the county. If we can get some of our speakers and legislators to join us over here, we are going to unveil Woodstock Way.
3, 2, 1.
It says Woodstock Way. What's going on here?
Yeah.